Solving inequalities is almost an exact review of solving equations. In fact, the method is one we're going to solve the same as equations. So we're going to take a little bit of time to review what did we do when we solved equations, right? Sort of we had like the following rules. What you do to one side, right? If you add 3 to one side, you add 3 to the other side. If you divide 2 on one side, you divide 2 on the other side. So we're just going to review some of the same strategies that we did for solving equations, because solving inequalities is almost identical. Almost. Okay? So what you do to one side, you do to the other side. Remember, we always put like terms together. If you had a 4 on one side and a 7 on the other side, then you'd want to put those together because they're like terms. What are other strategies? Oh, we had brackets. We are on the last 2 pages of this notes. Yeah. And then this mini unit is done. We're going to have our quiz on Thursday. Okay. So part 1 of methods.
So JR, or is that like the notes?
You also don't have the notes.
Say, where did you guys lose them? I don't know.
We did the first part of this the other day. Were you not here for this?
Wait, Mr. Jarrett, are those videos on YouTube?
Yes.
I don't have this now. I never see this now.
Well, then you missed.
Me neither.
Then you missed class.
Yeah, so have one.
I showed the class, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I showed the class.
Yeah, I never see this now.
I never missed a day, bro.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was probably out of track or something.
okay.
Okay. So that part of solving equations is the same for solving inequalities. Then I'm going to change color here.
Nope.
There's one new important rule. You ready for it? And it only happens if you multiply or divide by a negative. If you multiply or divide by a negative, the inequality flips. I'll show you what I mean. Would everybody agree that the following is true? That 2 is less than 10?
What?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I add 1 to both sides, you get 3 and 11. Should the sign change? 3 is still less than 11. If I subtract 1 on both sides, I get 1 and 9. Would the sign change? No. 1 is still less than 9. But crazy things happen when you multiply and or divide by a negative. For example, if I multiply both sides by -2, What's 2 times negative 2?
-4.
Negative 4. What's 2 times negative 10?
-4.
Negative 20.
But like,
But now on the number line, can you see that on your number line, negative 20 is much further to the left?
yeah.
And the sign would have to flip. Because now negative 4 is bigger than negative 20. You can really see this if I start off with something like this. Negative 3 is definitely less than 5. But if I multiply both sides by negative 3, what's negative 3 times negative 3?
9.
9.
9.
And what's negative 3 times positive 5?
Negative 50.
Negative 15. Now, 9 is bigger than negative 15. Do you see that your sign got flipped? This is our new rule. In inequalities, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, the sign has to flip, because it will no longer be true. If I kept the sign the same, it would say 9 is less than negative 15. That's absolutely not true whatsoever. So that's our new rule. And we're going to solve each of these using all of our skills from equation solving, plus the new rule, to solve the inequality. We solve an inequality when you get the variable by itself on one side. So what I'm going to do for each of these is I'm going to rewrite them. The first one is negative 2r plus 14 is greater than or equal to 34. Our goal is to get the r by itself on one side of the equation. Yes.
Pero el gol es material del Minecraft.
So, first of all, do you have any like terms here?
Yeah.
14 and 34.
The 14 and 34 are like terms. So just like in equation solving, we want to put them together, but they're on opposite sides of the inequality. So what you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other side of the equation, and we want to put those together. They're on opposite sides of the inequality. Can you see that I can move the 14 over to this side by, what's the opposite of adding 14?
Dividing.
Not dividing.
Whoa,
Opposite of adding.
whoa.
Whoa, someone has not been here a couple days. So
Sorry. Minus 14.
minus 14. What would I have left?
20.
I'd have negative 2r, and on this side I'm going to have 20. Does the special rule come into play? Do I change the inequality here?
Yeah.
What did I do to both sides?
Divide.
I didn't divide.
Or we'll change it. Nine.
I didn't multiply. What did I do?
Oh, subtract.
I subtracted. Do I switch it if I subtract? No, the new rule says only if you multiply or divide by a negative does the sign flip. We subtracted. This stays the same. Do we have any more like terms to put together?
No.
Well, no.
No. How would I get the r by itself? Right now, the r is, what's happening to this r? It's getting multiplied by negative 2.
Divided by negative 2.
Opposite of multiplying by negative 2 would be divide by negative 2. And on this side, negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. And we just get r. So we are on this page right here. And we're just on example 1. And on the other side, 20 divided by negative 2 is -10. Does the special rule come into play on this step? Yes, because what did we do? We divided by a negative number. Anytime you divide by a negative number, your inequality flips. So instead of greater than or equal to, it is now less than or equal to. We got the r by itself. This is what it means to solve an inequality. We follow all of our steps from before, always doing the opposite, combining our like terms. If you have brackets, you're going to have to get rid of them. And then if you multiply or divide by a negative, you get that all by itself. Okay, example 2, I'm going to rewrite it here. Example 2 had 2x less than or equal to minus 20. We want to get the x by itself. Do we have any like terms to put together on this example? No. Okay. So then, x's are on one side, numbers are on the other. What's the opposite of multiplying by 2? Divide by 2. And this is why it's really important to show our work. 2 divided by 2, that's going to be 1, so I have 1x there. Negative 20 divided by 2 is? Close. Negative 10.
Not random.
Do we have the special rule in this case?
No, because you just divided it by normal. So
We divided it by a normal positive 2, right? And the special rule says,
negative.
one important new rule, if you multiply or divide by and I'm going to put negative in a red box, then the inequality flips. But if you multiply or divide by a positive number, it stays the same. So in this one, I go to my inequality and I write it the same. So you'll notice while I'm solving these equations, the last thing I do is put my sign here. With equation solving, it was always an equal sign. You could just like, oh, no decisions, just rewrite your equal sign all the way along, no problem. But now we have to check, what step did I do to both sides? Do I have to flip the sign? Okay, so we did example 1, example 2, we are on example 3. M divided by 5 is greater than 50. And sometimes with these questions, it's not bad to think about what does an inequality mean? Okay? Can you tell me a number that if you divide it by 5, you get an answer bigger than 50?
Igual a por 10.
Okay, but we want to figure out a value of m.
250.
250 divided by 5 is exactly equal to 50, so no, it's not bigger than 50. 350 would work. 255 would work. A billion would definitely work. There's lots of numbers that I could plug in for m that if I divide by 5. Now, if we want to get the m by itself and we're equation solving, what is the opposite of dividing by 5?
Multiplying by 5.
Multiplying by 5. So I multiply this side by 5. I multiply this side by 5. The 5 and the divide by 5 would go away and you just have m. 50 times 5
500.
close is 250.
Yo, bro.
It's not my day, bro. It's not my day.
Do I have to flip the sign?
Stop talking.
Yeah.
No.
No. Because I multiplied by a positive number, the special new rule only comes into effect if you multiply or divide by a negative. That was example 3. Did I give you enough room on yours to put the work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't really give myself enough room, so that's why I'm rewriting each of them. Example 4. 7x minus 2 is less than 26. 7x minus 2 has to be less than 26. Can you give me a number that works?
For what?
Let's try a number, see if it works or not. Actually, just give me a number, let's see if it works or not.
8,000.
If you do 2, what's 7 times 2?
14.
Minus 2?
15.
12.
14 minus 2? 12.
12.
Is 12 less than 26?
Yes.
Yes, so 2 would work.
8,000.
Can you tell me a number that would not work?
A billion.
A billion. What's 7 times a billion?
Probably like 700 billion.
7 billion. Minus 2?
And
Is 6
billion.
Something pretty close to 7 billion, right? Is that less than 26?
Could be.
No.
no.
really.
Okay.
Wait, what if it was negative?
So now, what we do when we solve the inequality, because we already figured out that 2 works. What we do when we solve an inequality is we find out all the numbers that will work easily. So let's look at this question. Do we have any like terms?
Yeah.
Which ones?
2 or 26.
The 2 and the 26 are like terms, but they're on opposite sides of the inequality.
Yeah.
How would I move the 2 over to the other side?
Plus 2.
The opposite of subtracting 2 is adding 2 to this side, add 2 to this side. So what do I get?
7.
On this side, I'm just going to have a 7x, 26 plus 2, this side 28. Do I need to change the inequality sign?
No.
No.
You should go divide that whole thing by 7.
Special note doesn't come into effect. Now, all my like terms are put together.
Divide by 7.
I need to divide by 7.
Which gives you 4.
This side is x, this side is 4. Do I need to change the sign? No.
There's a positive 7.
On a number line, and I'd like you to draw the number line for this one. I'll put 0 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is 4. When we show this answer on the number line, remember, sometimes we did open circles, sometimes we filled them in. So at 4, should I do an open circle or should I fill that in? Do you remember?
Yeah, not for
Abierto o cerrado?
I'll say, well,
No.
I have questions, bro.
Because there's no equal sign. Because there's no equal sign, we have an open circle. Then our solution, which way is less than 4? Less than 4 would be that way. Do you see at the beginning that you said 2 would work? 2's right there. Do you see that that's in the blue solution part?
Yeah.
1 would work, 3 would work, 5 would not work. Plug in 5. What's 7 times 5? 35. Minus 2? 33. Is 33 less than 26? No. Notice all the numbers to the right of 4 don't work. And all the numbers left of 4 will work. So when you solve an inequality, you're finding out the quickest and best way to say all the answers that will work. We can guess which numbers work and which ones don't. That was fine to begin with. But now we know exactly. You could put 3.9 in for x, and it will work. But if you put 4.1 in for x, it will not work.
Yeah.
Yes.
¿Y cómo podemos saber cómo podemos diferenciar cada etapa y cada forma de hacerlo?
How do you know how to do this?
Yeah,
It's the same as equations.
Pero ¿cómo lo podemos diferenciar con los demás?
Myself like.
Okay. That was question number 4.
That could be one.
No, I got next. Matthew, do you even follow yes?
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to
I hate you. At 6 p.m., like I already was a keeper, and I call you a call of Reese, and not by
Do it harder.
sorry, bro. I'm not even agree at chat, bro. Empty.
all right.
What you do is just play Brawl Stars.
This is
This
example
is
5.
This is so
Example 5 is a tough one.
I know answer.
Okay. So this says on the left side, you've got -2 times a number plus 4. That whole thing is divided by 6. And you need to get an answer that's bigger than or equal to 1. And sometimes what's happening here is you think of the order of operations that are happening here. If someone told you that D was 5, what would you do first? You'd probably do the -2 times the 5. And then what would you do next? You would add 4. And then once you got that answer, you take that whole answer and divide by 6. And you'd find out what you get. When you're equation solving, whether it's with an inequality or a regular equation, you want to undo all of the steps. So if I plugged in the number here, what's the very last thing I would do when figuring this out? The very last thing I did was divide by 6. So if I want to undo that, the very first thing I'm going to do is multiply by 6. So I'm going to multiply this side by 6, so these you cancel out. And I'm going to multiply this side by 6. If these cancel out, this side becomes -2D plus 4. 1 times 6 is 6. Do I change the sign?
No.
No. Because I haven't multiplied or divided by a negative, so the sign stays the same.
yeah.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay, me too.
¿Por qué es que el 2 y el 4 se suman y por eso es un 6?
Pero no son términos similares. You can't, he's asking, can I put these together? These aren't like terms. But this 4 and this 6 are like terms, right? Those are like terms, but they're on the opposite sides of the equation.
-4.
So we're going to subtract 4 and subtract 4. And I get -2D, and 6 minus 4 is 2. Hey, there's a negative sign with this 4. Do I flip the sign? Only if we multiply or divide. What did we do with the negative sign there? We were subtracting. See how this is going to get tricky for you? You see a negative sign, that doesn't necessarily mean that you flip the sign. We only flip the sign if you multiply or divide. This one we only subtracted, so it's still bigger than or equal to.
But you have to divide by -2.
And now, to get the D by itself, we divide by -2, divide by -2. This will get this side to be just D. 2 divided by -2? -1. And do we flip the sign or do we keep it the same?
Yes.
This time This time we have to flip the sign. And we get D is equal to -1.
Honestly, you're like playing Minecraft.
We're just looking at.
Really?
I like my hair really short, or else it just feels weird.
Yo, honestly, we should all just get the buzz cuts for
Like me.
I don't do buzz cut. I do a little.
It's basically like the same
Okay.
thing that you got. Close enough.
This one's a little bit more
Get all
complicated
five
because we have
buttons.
more like terms.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Get off
Against
your leash, bro. Like,
against
genuinely.
your.
You need to break. You need to break free, Abel.
So some of the things that I saw walking around is it depends which side you want to move things to.
-2.
Okay?
Plus 16.
So we want to get our k's on one side, our numbers on the other. So if I decide, I'm gonna just write it, if I decide this side I want my k's, on this side I want my numbers. Hey, thank you so much. No problem. Then I'm going to move the k's to this side. So I'm going to keep the 2k here. I'm going to subtract 4k on both sides. And I write it right above the k's so I can remember what to do. For my numbers, I want to get my numbers on the right-hand side. So the opposite of subtracting 4 is adding 4. And I write that above my number on the other side. Because now I can do my math. What is 2k minus 4k?
-2k.
Negative, oops, I want to go black. Negative 2k. What is minus 4 and plus 4?
0.
0, so I don't have to write anything there. I'm not going to do the inequality sign yet. But here, if I do 4k and minus 4k, that would be 0. And minus 16 plus 4,
-12.
negative 12. Does my inequality change?
No.
No, because I just added and subtracted. The sign only flips if we multiply or divide by a negative. So that sign stays the same.
I see.
Okay? Are we done? No, we need to get the k by itself.
Yes.
What's happening to the k right now?
It's getting times by -2.
Times by -2, so the opposite would be?
-2.
Divide by -2, divide by -2.
And also.
Negative 12
Say.
divided by, no,
Say.
6. Positive 6, right? Because of negative divided by negative. Do I need to flip the sign?
Yeah.
Yes, this is one. I'll make a little note that I flipped it. It's now less than or equal to, now I got the k by itself. This is the answer. Anything you say for k less than or equal to 6 will make it true.
That's so gross.
And we've got one example to do together left. I'm gonna get you to start it. I'm going to give you the first. If you have brackets, just like equations, you're gonna draw these little arrows, right? And distribute 2 times the x and 2 times the plus 1, 4 times the x and 4 times the -3.
It's really cast like probably
Like really much forward, but I get same answer.
You got same answer, but only half the marks.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it didn't show you what.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
Here's our last example.
Like, it's like so simple. You can do so anything in your brain. Like it's like it's the most easiest thing ever.
Step 1, we distribute. Oh, was it +3 or was it -3? Oh, it was -3.
Wait, like this weekend, I was
You're probably mad.
Yo. Girls never
2
get
times
it.
x, 2x, 2 times 1 plus 2 greater than 4 times x, 4x, 4 times minus 3, minus 12. I walked around and everybody did this first step really, really well. Now I have like terms here and here, and I have like terms here and here. We want to put our like terms together, but you have to make a decision. One side you're going to put your x's on, the other side you're going to put your numbers on. So we have to make that decision. Okay? In this situation, let's say I decide I want my x's on this side, my numbers on this side. So with my green ones, if I want the x's on the left, I have to move this 4x. What's the opposite of adding 4x? Subtracting 4x. That would make this 0, but then I have to subtract 4x on this side. If I'm going to move my numbers to the right side, I need to move this plus 2. What's the opposite of adding 2? Subtracting 2, subtracting 2. Now I saw lots of good work. Sometimes I notice when you move the 4x, sometimes people forget to write the x. It's really important that you write negative 4x and negative 4x so they stay like terms. 2x subtract 4x will give us...
Negativo.
Exactly. And then 2 and minus 2 will be 0.
Alright, do the same thing. Sure, you did.
On this side, the 4x minus 4x will be 0. Here I saw lots of mental math mistakes. Negative 12 minus 2,
Negative
4 and 14.
negative 14. And does my sign change? I just added and subtracted, so that sign doesn't change.
The next one for you.
Next, I have to divide both sides by negative 2. This will give me an x. This will give me a 7.
Said so.
And we divided by a negative. So our sign flips. Circle your final answer.
Yeah.
Speak with your ass.
I'll bring it down.
Oh my